the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. We are waking up to a mixture of sun and clouds, but still in the weather headlines. Hot, humid, and stormy chances, so definitely keep it here. We'll talk more about that in just a bit.
And coming up this morning on DC News Now, a push for housing equity in Prince George's County, as some say they've been forced out by current practices. We're bringing you their stories and what's now being done to change things in that area. Also, a dangerous trap left for animals in Alexandria. Coming up, we'll tell you what it is and where it was found. And later, a $23 million settlement coming soon from Google, how you may be able to cash in. But of course, we start off with a live look outside. The unrelenting humidity across the DMV continues with no near end to the mugginess and high temperatures. And with all of that, today's the peak of the weekend because our weather team has issued a DMV first warn day for tomorrow. Just look at all the haze in the sky over there. That is unbelievable. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on DC News Now. I'm Tosa Fakile. Weather forecaster Brittany Ward joins us this morning. And Brittany, just break it down for us. When will these storms begin to roll in and just evolve over the weekend?
So they will begin to roll in as we head through your afternoon. And then tomorrow we are tracking more widespread rain. But don't worry, relief is in that 7-day forecast. We have to get through the next 48 hours. So radar is showing you the entire DMV fairly quiet across the area. We did have some early morning showers there in southern Charles County. Now you can see we are dry, and this is going to be the trend across much of the DMV as we head through the morning hours. It's not until this afternoon where we could see a few scattered storms. Now, temperature-wise, we are fairly warm already, 79 in the nation's capital, and it's only 8:01 in the morning. 75, excuse me, there in Hagerstown, 73 as you head over there to Martinsburg. But factor in those dew point temperatures, it's going to feel oppressive when you are stepping out the door here in the nation's capital, upper 60s along that I-81 corridor. So Tosin, definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at the timing of those storms coming up.
All right, thank you, Brittany. And new this morning, Montgomery County Police are currently investigating a fatal shooting in Silver Spring, Maryland. A man was shot and killed around 3 o'clock this morning. Officials say it happened inside a public parking garage near Thayer Avenue. Police don't have a suspect yet, but according to a tweet, that area is secure. That shooting is still under investigation. Developing now, Baltimore police have arrested a teen they believe may have been involved in that mass shooting that killed 2 people and injured 28 others last Sunday. Police say the 17-year-old is a person of interest facing weapons charges. Detectives believe several gunmen opened fire that day, and it is unclear if the victims were targeted. They're still searching for other possible shooters from that day. Officials say 3 victims are still recovering in the hospital. A criminology expert says it's a major risk when it comes to large parties and gatherings.
Most large gatherings don't have police protection. A block party wouldn't have police. A house party wouldn't. So that in those cases, the police just wouldn't, they'd have to respond. And by the time they get there, much of the damage has already been done.
And starting tomorrow, Baltimore police will be launching new police districts and sectors. They say the plan will improve officer workload and focus on community policing. A new warning for pet owners this morning. The Animal Welfare League of Alexandria says someone walking their dog found a sausage with a fish hook inside. This happened near Duke and Ingram Street. Animal service officers were called to the scene and found 9 pieces of sausage with fish hooks inside of them. Anyone in the area who may have footage of the road is asked to contact the Welfare League. Happening now, the American Civil Liberties Union is suing the district over its response to mental health emergencies. The ACLU is filing the suit on behalf of Bread for the City, an organization serving low-income communities. The issue deals with the practice of sending police officers to respond to mental health emergencies rather than mental health providers. The organization says the practice violates the Americans with Disabilities Act.
If I have a heart attack in the District of Columbia and call 911, I'm going to get a trained medic to come to the scene and provide care. But if I have a mental health crisis in the District of Columbia and call 911, more likely than not, I'm getting a cop. That's not fair.
The ACLU says less than 1% of mental health crisis calls last year received a response from a mental health clinician. So far, D.C. police and the city have not responded to that lawsuit. Over in Virginia, officers in Fairfax recovered $37,000 worth of stolen goods. An officer on site at Springfield Mall recognized two men wanted for stealing and caught them in the middle of a theft. That officer saw them carrying multiple bags of what turned out to be stolen goods. Police found over 15 large bags and a security tag removal device when they searched the men's car and hotel room. The men faced several charges, including organized retail theft. And retail theft charges could come with a much tougher sentence because of a new Virginia law. Fairfax County Police say they've seen a sharp decline in retail thefts, and their summer initiative program, which has increased police patrol in certain areas over the last month, played a role in that decline. Our Max Marcilla has that story.
Members of Fairfax County's Tyson's Urban team posing with bags and bags of items they say were in the hands of criminals they busted. New police data shows from January to May, the county averaged 619 shoplifting incidents a month. In June, the number fell to 573.
We saw some good reductions in overall retail theft in the month of June because of our enhanced commitment, but we've got a long way to go.
Possibly the biggest bust came the day the calendar flipped. More than $37,000 worth of perfumes, jeans, backpacks found in the car and hotel room of two men who were arrested July 1st. And now
there's a new law in Virginia that we're going to take advantage of.
Organized retail theft is now a Class 3 felony. In other words, up to 20 years behind bars if guilty. That punishment could be handed down to two or more people who conspire to steal more than $5,000 of retail items in a 90-day period, like the people who were accused of stealing these items on the first day this law was in effect.
We worked pretty hard on that to at least get the dollar threshold raised.
Brad Haywood is the chief public defender in Arlington and Falls Church and leads the organization Justice Forward Virginia. He doesn't view the new law as necessary and says it might not be used often, but he does think raising the dollar amount was important.
If there's an organized retail theft gang and they're stealing less than $5,000 in 3 months, is that really something that we need some brand new statute?
That was our Max Marcilla reporting. The argument has helped raise the dollar amount from the first proposed $1,000 to $5,000. And Democratic Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin says he will not run for Senate in 2024 to replace retiring Senator Ben Cardin. Raskin, a four-term congressman, says he'll seek re-election in the House instead. So far, at least 3 people have launched Senate campaigns to fill Cardin's seat. They include Prince George's County's executive Angela Alsobrooks, Maryland Congressman David Trone, and Montgomery County Council member Will Jawando. Over in Prince George's County, with a universal design bill, leaders are working to make homes more accessible to everyone, including people with disabilities. Prince George's County reporter Yamarie Sase spoke to one woman who says she had to move out of the county because she struggled to find a home to accommodate her disabilities.
If people just design with accessibility in mind, there will be no need for accommodation because it would just already exist.
Chandra Smith became disabled almost 2 years ago after a medical issue.
I woke up to a world that wasn't built for me. So simple places that I used to visit, I no longer could because of steps became an impediment. It became Mount Everest.
She struggled to find a place to call home because many places in Prince George's County did not have the accommodations she needed.
They did not have roll-in showers. They did not have roll-under access for the cabinets. They did not have the door width that I needed to be 32 inches wide.
So she had to move farther away from family to Anne Arundel County. And even visiting her loved ones is difficult.
I can't even come into their house. And even if I am able to come in, I can't go to the bathroom.
But with her title as Miss Wheelchair Maryland, she's pushing for change along with Prince George's County leaders. A new bill could require single-family houses and multifamily units to have accessible amenities amenities for everyone.
A wheelchair could get in without having to go over a stair. Full bathroom on the first floor that takes in mind what you might need in the future or what you and your family might need suddenly today.
And the Maryland Building Industry Association is in full support.
We believe this is a great step forward for the residents of Prince George's County.
If we want to value a world where everything is inclusive, we need to start thinking universal.
The bill will move forward for a vote in front of the full county council, and if passed, it will go into effect in 2026. For now, reporting in Prince George's County, I'm Yamari Sasay, DC News Now.
And we're helping you save money in a Hagerstown neighborhood where improvements are being made at a local park. It's happening just in time for the hot weather we've been experiencing. The city investing $430,000 to upgrade the Wheaton Park playground in the Jonathan Street neighborhood. Improvements include new playground equipment, water recreation for kids to cool off, and a place where people can watch soccer and tennis in the shade.
We try to improve all our parks, constantly trying to upgrade them. We would actually be adding playground equipment, installation of a misting pad for the neighborhood kids to use.
The city hopes to complete most of the work by the end of the month. All right, and some new things happening today. Free parking is no longer available on Saturdays in parts of Montgomery County. This applies to all county-operated garages, parking lots, and meters in Bethesda and Silver Spring. The rates and hours will be the same as the current weekday schedules. Parking will remain free on Sunday. And we have an update on the Anacostia River Splash event. The swim scheduled for today has been pushed to September because the water quality has deteriorated. That is according to official, and it deteriorated in part because of the recent heavy rain. The event was meant to signify improvements in the river. Parts of the district has a combined sewer system that collects rainwater runoff, domestic sewage, and industrial wastewater all in one pipe. The district is now working on a new tunnel system that would prevent this from happening in the future.